Hey, what's going on YouTube? It is time to go ahead and demonstrate for you or show you the clear that I have currently been working on for Clash of Wills. Clash of Wills, another actually, against Kumochi. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the team that I am working with and the clear that I'm doing. I'm doing a 5-turn clear like a lot of people are. But because of the limitations on this Clash of Wills, I'm pretty much resigned to the fact that I'm just not going to be able to get rank 1. But that said, I still want to show how I am doing what I am doing. As you can see, I'm currently rank 100. It's just, you know, it's going to probably trickle down slowly over the next week or so, which is totally fine. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the team that I used. I'm going to show you the actions that I did, and maybe it'll be useful for you to like try and like see how you can survive the fight, and try and, you know, get your own score in here. I will go ahead and show you. My top score currently is Echelon 5, level 97, with 320% modifiers on. This is actually every modifier except for the attack and magic modifier. What that means is at level 97, my team can kill the boss on turn 5, which is bonus mode, which is cool. But I've tried doing this on level 98 and level 99, and I just don't have quite enough to push over the edge, so that's okay. What I'm going to do is go ahead and show you that clear and how it works. So we're going to go ahead and turn on all the mods except for attack and magic, and I'm going to set the boss to level 97, and here you go. So here's our team. We've got Ramza, who's our leader. We've got Aya, Brea, Esther to do Vertex stuff. Beryl just for earth support, Agrius for more earth support and fields and breaks, and then Elena to actually tank the fight. What you'll see is that as we go, Esther actually does do some tanking on a couple turns, but mostly she's just kind of provoking. And as always, I'm gonna put the turn chart in the comments as well. Before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and show you everybody's gear. Here's Ramza. He's got all our good Clash of Wills stuff. He's our main DPS and his own STMR. And then just killers and LB damage and stuff like that. He's wearing the best vision card I've got for him, which is going to be the Rebellion card, mainly because Beryl is wearing the other Clash of Wills card that I have, the Richt card. Yeah, there you go. As you can see, he's got all the killers, so human, insect, and reaper, and he's got LB damage and true double hand. He does spend 1 turn in the shift form, but he is geared the exact same. There you go. No big deal. Aya in the base form is just, you know, got some killers and some just basic gear. Don't want to have any HP restore or anything like that. She's wearing Hyo's vision card. Put the best fire-based vision card or Clash of Wills card on her that you can. But in my case, she's wearing that one. Notice she does not get the benefits of it until she shifts. Right, so there she goes. She shifts into her shift form and she gets it. However, she's not under Ramza's leader skill anymore, so that's kind of a pain. But she's got human, insect, reaper, LB, true double hand, all that stuff, all the stuff she needs, indestructible light. Yeah, there you go. Aya, Brea. Esther. So she starts off in the base form and she's wearing Mystic Tenacity and preservation, so these do help her kind of like soak up some of the damage, and then whatever she's got left is just going to help her gear for killers to do a little bit of damage on the burst turn. She's not doing her LB, so it doesn't matter. Stats don't matter as much, killers matter a little bit more, but she's just really just whatever leftover gear you've got that are going to give her some killers. There you go. Oh, and then shift form. So in the shift form, she's wearing a peppermint rod. Not 100% necessary, but I've got one. This is my one of these, so I'm going to wear it. And then just some dark and light resistance, and then some evasion. You know, the boss does have accuracy, but there are some things that do miss. And so she's got evasion, and then she's got just dark and light resistance, and HP. There you go. Well, she's got this vision card, and just it's good. If you don't have this one, put on like Elena's vision card or Abigail's vision card or something like that. There you go. There's her abilities. I went a little fast. I'm sorry. Beryl in the base form is wearing the Empress Rod, the Treasure Memorial Ring from Morale Fill on turn 1. Some leftover Clash gear, just so that we're filling morale as much as we can. There you go. He is using his LB on turn 3, so we do want to do a little bit of damage, but you know, we're not too heavily focused on it. And then, like I said, he's wearing Rick's Vision card. And then Shift Form has the actual gear, you know, Human, Insect, Reaper, LB, True Double Hand. There you go. Chain Speed. Agrius is wearing Titus Garb for preemptive LB boost, and otherwise just has killers. Human, Insect, Reaper, LB, True Double Hand, blah, 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 blah. Right. There you go. Indestructible Light. Earth card. Awesome. And then Elena has some light and dark resistance. Otherwise just has as much as HP and spirit as she can. Giving her some defense is good too if you can afford it, but if not, that's fine. I've got her wearing just HP and some dodge and some mystic, the mystics for automatic mitigations and stuff like that. She's wearing her own vision card. Shift Form, technically geared for damage-ish. She's got, I can actually, no, we're gonna leave it alone. She's got a bunch of spirit and 2 weapons and killers, but she does not do very much damage. She does do, though, a perfect dispel on the boss, which is gonna really make a big difference on turn 5. And that's our team. There's our espers, and we're gonna go ahead and get into this and see how we do. Before I do, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the actions on so you can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Find this really quickly. Sorry. Turn that off and turn the actions on. And let's get into this fight. Now we're gonna do this in 5 turns, like I said. Let all the auto casting happen. And there we go. First, we're gonna have Beryl go use Enstonga, and then use All Ye Faithful. That's gonna get rid of the party side Imperil field the boss put up, and then use Seraphic Present on Esther. This is just to fill morale and give Esther a little bit of LB damage or LB fill. Basically just for morale. Right, there you go. Now, Elena is going to use her Omni Cover, Celestial Guard, and then use Shelga and Protectka. No morale gain on that one, that's okay. Aya Brea is going to use Barrier, Haste, and Heal. It's going to fill a bunch of morale. There we go. Now Agrius is going to do a Mercy I Will Not See Done, just to put the brakes on the boss, and then just hit the boss twice, with whatever skill you want. Doesn't really matter. Ramza is going to use Crush Resistance. This is going to imperil the boss to light and dark, and whenever you do that, you gain morale. And then I'm going to use I'm My Father's Son and Focus. There you go. And then Agrius and Esther can kind of chain a little bit. We're just going to use Bolting Slice 3 times and do a little bit of chaining. And there you go. Hopefully we get a lot of magic hits and Elena can soak those up. There you go. That's the most dangerous turn in the whole fight. There is some RNG in this clear. If you die on that turn, just come back and do it again. This turn, first Beryl is going to go, and we're going to use Heaven Mode Cute Doll, Heaven Mode Stuffed Animal, and Earth Eclipse. Again, all for morale fill. And that's going to push us most of the way there. We're almost to Mania Mode. Aya Brea is going to use Necrosis and then heal twice. That's just going to push us over that threshold for Mania Mode. On this turn, Elena is going to go ahead and use her mitigation skills, Sanctuary of the Azure Crystal. With this power, I'll protect you. We're going to need that later. And then just a benediction for magic cover and morale fill. There you go. This turn, Ramza is going to use Veil and then just Bolting Strike twice. Agrius is going to use whatever skill she wants. I just use a Knight as Oathbound to render aid, but that's going to wear off before the kill turn because her skills are stupid. Doesn't really matter. So we're just gonna use it just to kind of line her up her actions with Ramza. Esther is going to shift and she's going to use Energizing Bunny on this turn. Okay, so we're gonna let them chain. All right. Mania mode active. Now, because we use Necrosis, the boss is only going to heal to 93%, which is going to make it easier to do our kill on turn 5. Ooh, 92%, even better. See, look how safe that was. All right, on turn 3, if you look at your stats, we've got Big Dark in Peril, 100%, right? On her, Elena's still pretty much resisting, Beryl is down. Everybody's really looking really bad for dark resistance. And furthermore, the boss has dark. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Aya Brea to get rid of the dark imperils using Gene Heal. That way we have our resistances back because Elena put that big buff on us. We have our resistances back. And then we're going to heal. And then we're going to use Parasite Energy Earth to get ready for later. There you go. Now if you look at Elena, right, 240, 360, even Beryl's at 100%, 100%. Everybody's at 100% or better. We're not going to take any dark damage. We will still take some other damage, but the dark is all taken care of now, so we're pretty safe this turn. On this turn, Beryl is going to use base LB, and so is Elena. They're just going to do a little bit of chaining. Here's where we have to use our focus skills, because if you notice, we're in Mania mode. I want to get out of this as quickly as possible, and Ramza and Agrius are both going to use Focused Energy Plus. If you've never seen this, when you use Focused Energy, you're going to fill this little bar. The more it fills up, you get these little gems. Focused Energy Plus gives you 1 gem plus a little bit more. So here's Ramza, 1 gem plus a little bit more. Agrius is going to do the same thing, 1 gem plus a little bit more. And next turn, we'll have a full set of 3 gems, which is pretty nice. Esther, on this turn, is going to set up her cover, because she's going to cover this turn, probably. And then, so we'll do Storm Defender, Storm Guardian, and Boundless Stasis, and that'll help her stay alive. Now, we're going to use Beryl and Elena to do a little bit of chaining here, and hopefully do about 1% damage to the boss. Perfect. So now we only have to push the boss on turn 5, 91%. We should take pretty minimal damage here. We also have Zombie. So since we have Zombie, we can no longer heal ourselves. That's okay, we're gonna kill next turn anyway. Let all the auto casting happen. Okay, Beryl. Now notice, we also have the light and dark resistance imperil field up again, so we need to get rid of that. Beryl is going to use Arcane Supplementation. It's going to fill morale, give us stat buffs and stuff like that. Use All Ye Faithful to get rid of the field, and then Ye Guilty for a 150% Earth Amp. Ramza is going to shift, because in this form he's got some important stuff. He's got Elemental Burst, but he's also got Eye Endeavor, which gives him a big Reaper Killer buff, and then he's just going to hit the boss with Shockwave Aya is going to shift, and she's going to use Pyrokinesis. Now, I know we're not doing fire damage, but this fills morale, and that's good. So morale fill, Awaken Mitochondria for the mod buff, and then Bolting Strike. You know, we've got a little bit of morale here still to push, so we want to do that. Agrius is going to Elemental Burst Earth, and then she's going to use Those Who Live by the Seat are the first to die by it, and Holy Blade Smite for Reaper Killer for everybody else. There you go. Go ahead and do that now. Elena is going to use Brisk Daybreak. That's going to do more morale fill. And then she's just going to cover twice, which is also going to fill more morale. There you go. Morale bar is pretty much full there. Looking good. And we lost another % of health on the boss, so now we only have to push 90%. Looking really good. Esther here is going to use Static Screen. So Static Screen is her Vertex ability, and this is how we're going to get out of Mania mode and into bonus time. So we're going to use Static Screen. And then she's just going to use Electromagnetic Shield and then Shatterbolt, just to use all 3 of her actions. And what should happen here, even though Esther just used Omnicover, right? What should happen is Elena should jump out in front and soak up the magical hits. And then Esther is going to be provoking the single targets. Sometimes Esther jumps out in front because she's Omnicovering. It should still be okay. We have plenty of health. But let's take a look and see how we do. Now we're in bonus time. All right, Esther jumped out in front. We're okay. Okay, so we have 90% health on the boss. We are in bonus time, so that means the boss is really, really weak, and we're at our best chance to do as much damage as possible. So let's go ahead and get set up. Beryl is going to shift and use Shift Limit Burst. Aya is already here. She's going to use Shift Limit Burst. Agrius is going to use SLB. Elena is going to shift, and she is going to use Grace of Procyon, which is her perfect spell, and then Pollux Blade and Judgment of Beetlejuice. Esther's going to downshift, and she's going to use Bolting Slice, and Calm Before the Storm. Ramza going to downshift and use his base Limit Burst. So here's how this is going to go. We're going to start our chain with Elena immediately followed by Esther. So they're going to chain together. Esther's first hits are going to miss, but then Elena and Esther are going to start building the chain with their second 2 abilities because they're Bolting Strike, and they're going to start our chain. Ramza's going to go and then wait just a second and then send Agrius, Beryl, and Aya Brea all about the same time, and we should see a nice big chunk of damage here. Like I said, we only have to do 90% of the boss's health to get ourselves out of this fight. I've seen this land at 5%, I've seen this land at 2%, I've seen this land at 1%, I've seen this land at 0%. It's pretty tight. So if I don't get it on this turn, I'm going to pause it and come back and show it again, and I'll pick it up right where we left off. So here goes. Oh, we don't need any buffs from the morale bar because Beryl used Arcane Supplementation, so we are good. So here we go. We're going to send Esther and Elena, or Elena and Esther, and then Ramza and everybody else. So here we go. All right, there you go. So didn't quite get it. So we got 3% there. I'm going to pause here and come back and show a clear where we do land it. Here's another attempt. And there you go. So just a matter of, getting that variance. 10.5, pretty good. And we'll show you the breakdown. That honestly took me about 5 runs total. I think that was my 5th attempt. But as you can see, perfect score, all categories, bonus time, everything. Actually, everybody, Ramza rolled kind of low. Agrius did pretty average. Aya rolled a little high. But yeah, both Ramza and Barrel rolled under 4, which is weird. But you know, it's a thing. There you go. So now I have shown how the Mania mode works. And also, I just want to point out that Agrius, right? Agrius wants to use her Reaper Killer buff and her mod buff and her big Imperil skill with the field and Elemental Burst, right? So she wants to use all those skills, and she also wants to use Focus Energy Plus on turn 3. And since all of her mod skills, or all those skills have a duration of 3 turns, she basically can't use all of her skills. You have to pick and choose which one you're going to skip. I chose to skip the mod boost because there's just not time to work in all 4 of those other things and do Focused Energy Plus. Obviously, you want to do Focused Energy Plus to get out of Mania mode. Yeah, if only the focus abilities could be triple cast with the rest of your unit's kit, then you could be a little more flexible in how you implement them. Otherwise, you've got, you know, poor Agrius here with, you know, wasted skills that can't be used because of triple cast. But that said, hopefully that is useful to anybody who's having a hard time surviving the damage, wants to try and, you know, add some mods to get their score up there. You could honestly run fewer HP mods if you're having trouble hitting the full health, or you know, fewer defense mods, or what, you know, pick and choose. Play with the best combination of mods and levels that you can, and we'll go from there. Now, like I said, I don't think I can do level 98 with this. This is only level 97, so I think I'm about capped out with this particular team. If you were using an ice team, it'd probably be easier. Light team is definitely easier. If you have Mireille, it's easier. But I feel like that's pretty good for an Earth team, you know, and yeah, there it is. So hopefully that's useful to you, and we will see you in the next video, which should be, you know, later today, because technically it's Tuesday. So yeah, we'll see you. Thanks, guys.